What is up, guys? Charlene FX, your favorite female trader, back with another video. So I know it's been a while since I've dropped a video on my channel with some trade breakdowns and things like that. Some of you may or may not know, I was on vacation. I did go to Dubai and Orlando to Disney World for a birthday. So I went to Dubai for was it 6, 7 days. Had a blast, had a really good time right up until the end of the trip. I got really sick. I don't know if some of you experience this sometimes, but when you travel abroad, you sometimes get sick, like you catch a bug or something like that, and that's what I got. It happens to me all the time. Every time I travel, I get sick for some reason. I don't know why or how or what it is. Sometimes it's kind of like a pet peeve of mine, actually, because I almost never get sick, but when I do get sick, I get sick. I get really sick. So it kind of discourages me from wanting to actually travel when I want to go everywhere. I had all these different trips planned for me to go, and I'm still gonna go, but I'm probably gonna kind of spread them out a little more than I did before, because this whole getting sick business is not cool. The last day of the trip, I got really lightheaded, dizzy. I was very fatigued. Had a stomach bug. It was awful, awful, awful. It's just the worst feeling ever. Might have been something I ate at the airport in the terminal while I was there. I have no idea what it is or how I may have gotten it. The person that I was with when I went did not get sick, so could have just been something that I picked up by myself. But nonetheless, I still had a really good time. So that's why I kind of been off, YouTube for the last like 2 weeks, I would say now, maybe a little bit longer than that, because I've been, busy with other things. So now, I did have a big week, as you guys can see, which is the title of this video, obviously. I know the profit at the bottom says 72 instead of 78, which is what the thumbnail says, but I was right up around the 78 K profit, but I took some L's before the end of the week. So we're gonna go over all the trades that I took, all the setups that I took, and I'm gonna kind of do a little twist to it. We're gonna actually do it in the bar replay mode, so I can actually do like a detailed breakdown for you guys, so you guys can actually see what I was looking for when I took the actual trades, and how I was able to capitalize on it and whatnot. So it's only 4 trades that I took, and as you guys can see, I was stacking my positions and taking profit along the way and things like that. So what I'm going to be doing is going over all that for you guys to see what I caught. I'm also going to go over the loss that I took on gold at the end of that, and by the end of the video, you guys should have a pretty good idea of how I did, what I did, how I caught it, and things like that. A question that I always get: did I drop these in my signal group? Yes, I did have a signal group, and I did drop these trades in my signal group when I took them. I used to only offer gold as the signals, because that's my main pair. That's what I always traded. But to kind of balance things out when gold wasn't, cooperating or giving us the setups that we need, I added AU and also GU to the signal room. So with these breakdown videos I'm going to be doing, they're not just going to be on gold. They're going to be on AU and GU, and I might even add GJ to it. I'm not sure about that one yet. That may be a little bit too many, because I don't want to spread myself too thin, but we will see. But either way, these are all USD pairs. They all move at the same time during New York session, which is when I trade. So it makes it a lot easier to grab setups. All right. So really quickly, I'm just going to jump into that real quick. But before I jump into that, let's go over the sponsor of all my videos. As you guys know, my favorite and most trusted broker, which is Henko Trade. They sponsor all my videos. I only trade with them. They offer ECN accounts, ECN Plus accounts. They offer just about every indice, every Forex pair. Spreads are very low. Commissions are very low. Customer service is on point. As you guys can see, they offer real live support right on their website, where you're talking to an actual person and not, a machine. Fast withdrawals, fast deposits. Sometimes I get my withdrawals on the same day. As you guys can see here, I requested a withdrawal literally that day, and then I got it that day from them. So no complaints when it comes to that. One of the biggest things when it comes to choosing a broker, guys, is how quickly can you get your money out. And this has been my number one thing with brokers, and I have not had that issue with Henko Trade at all. So if you're looking for a trusted broker, use the link in the description of this video, and you can literally set up your account in like 5 minutes. It doesn't take long at all, and they'll get you set up. All right. So looking at these trades here really quickly, you guys can see that I was using bigger lots than I normally do. All right. But I try to be as consistent as I can with the lot sizes, guys, because being consistent with your lots, being consistent with your pairs, and being consistent with when you trade is important, right? Because your trading, guys, is all about discipline. It's all about following a specific set of rules. If you don't have a trading plan where you know exactly what you're risking every day, you don't know, what pair you're looking at that day, you're just kind of, flying by the seat of your pants, you're never really going to be consistent. You're never going to find consistent profitability with trading. You have to be very structured with your trading, very, very disciplined, and you have to stick to your rules as much as possible, because if you can stick to your rules and you do your best not to break them, guys, that will help you kind of lessen the learning curve when it comes to knowing what you're looking for, and it'll help you, I guess, be more disciplined with following your rules, because you'll see that by following those rules, you have more consistency. So you're going to know that, okay, when I follow my rules, better things happen in my favor. When I break my rules, I start to lose money, and, things don't go your way. So if you find that you can follow a strict trading plan where you stick to a certain lot size for a certain amount of time, you stick to a certain level of risk, you stick to your 1 or 2 pairs, you stick to your 1 or 2 sessions, I promise you, you will find consistency with that. And that is a big deal with me when it comes to my trading. Usually, if I decide to up my lots for a specific week, most likely I'll stick to that lot size only if I find that I'm taking losses. If I'm taking losses, then obviously I need to reduce my risk a little bit to try to reduce my to reduce how exposed I am to the elements of the market. Okay, so you got to know when to trade, when not to trade, when to hold, when to close, and things like that, especially if you're a scalper. Okay, if you're an intraday trader, a swing trader, your trading plans are obviously different. But when you're scalping, you're not in the market for very long, so you really have to understand your discipline and how to stick to it so that you can consistently be profitable. All right, so that's the kind of psychology behind, these lot sizes that I was using. I did drop a 50 lot on this trade here, and I stuck to 20 lots here. And then as you can see, I used 8 lots at the end of my trading week on gold. Those losses could have been a lot bigger, but I was able to, manage as best I could. And not only that, guys, I was playing with house money at that time. I was up a huge amount for the week, so I kind of sort of didn't care about, not that I didn't care, but it was okay for me to take a certain amount of loss because I was okay with the profit that I had already had for the week. So I was willing to give some of it back to try to get back. Because the thing about trading, guys, is it's great making big profits, making big money, but you got to be willing to have some skin in the game. You got to be willing to lose big to win big, right? No risk, no reward, right? The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So you have to look at it like that. It's a two-way street. You can't really have, big days without having big losses. That's just the way it goes, right? But how you manage your losses is also important as well, because right before I had this big week, I had a losing streak, right? So I had to ask myself, okay, this ain't my week. I'm taking L's over here, L's over there. What am I doing wrong? What's happening? What is the deal with the market? Do I need to sit back, analyze what I've been doing? How much backtesting do I need to do on those moves? These are all things you have to ask yourself. One thing I never do is get down on myself when I go through a losing streak, because I know that it happens. When you go through a win streak, know that losing streak is coming. It's coming. But how you manage it, how you let it affect your psychology is more important than the actual losses. All right. Learning from them, understanding that it's just the way the market works, navigating the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, and not letting the losses get to you, and being just as happy with your wins as you've ever been. You know what I'm saying? Never letting that get to you. So you're going to get to a point, guys, where the losses are like numb to you. They don't really bother you. The only time, like today and now, guys, the only time losses really get to me is when I break my rules. That's the only time losses get to me. I don't lose sleep at night from losses or a losing streak if I know that I didn't break my rules. If I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to do, I'm being patient, I'm waiting for my confirmations, I'm managing my risk properly, I'm not over trading, I'm not revenge trading. If I know I'm not doing those things that are going to be detrimental to my trading success, then I'm okay. I know that it's just the way the market works. I just got to weather this storm, and once I get over that hump, I'm going to be okay. And that's what you got to keep telling yourself when you're trading. You're going to be okay. You know what you're doing. You got to tell yourself you're still a badass trader. Even though you're experiencing losses at a certain time, the wins are going to come. The wins are going to come. Trust me, they're going to come. All right. So let's get into this trade breakdown here from AU. All right. So these trades were taken on the first one was the 17th of October, and we have the 18th of October. And then we have the 19th and the 21st of October. Okay, so that entire week of trading. So we're going to go over this first trade, which was a buy on AU. All right, so basically what I was looking at here on AU, guys, is when I came to the markets here, you'll see that we were in a big bearish drop. Okay, we were in a big bearish drop, and we had this resistance that was forming right around this area here that once held as support further back, right? So we have a level that was holding. Now we broke below that level, and we were holding that level. Now the market has found a level of support right around this area here. So we know that we were holding support here. We took a dip down here, and then we broke above, and we retested these last major highs. We created lower highs, and we came down. Now we tested this level here, and we saw that price was moving to the upside here, making higher highs and higher lows. So obviously what I was looking for was price to create a new high, for price to come up to test these last highs here, because obviously we couldn't make new lows. So if the market's not going one way, it's obviously going to go the other. All right, so looking at price here, we entered this price here at, what is this, 62612. So yeah, 62607. So the 62600 price range is where we entered for the buys here. Okay, so if I play it here, we caught the entries right around here. You guys know I trade New York session, so right around 8 o'clock, 8:30. So price pushed up here, and we grabbed TP right around there. All right, so that pretty basic trade, guys. It wasn't complicated, right? What was I looking for? I was looking for buys. The market found the level of support. We're making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm looking for price to retest the last major high. That's pretty much it. Okay, so that was that first trade, and I had one, two, three, four positions open on this trade, and this was the monster position that I had open here, and this was over almost a 10K trade here, which is massive, right? So this was a massive day, guys, on this trade. Like cake all day long, and these are setups that you can catch all the time. It's a matter of the lot size that you use and how long are you holding the move for. Okay, and that I took profit right around that area here. But if we look, and we'll see how much further up. Look, if I would have held it even longer, I could have got some more moves out of here. And price rejected right up under the last high that it formed before it started retracing again. So if we look here, you'll see that price kept on pushing, literally kept on pushing, and it never even came back to entry. It kept on pushing. That could have been a bigger day that if I would have held that trade, right? So that was that day. So that was the first day on that trade, textbook trade, right? Price find support, look for the buy, right? Next day was the 18th, where we were looking for sell positions, okay? Sell positions on AU. So we see that price has finally retested this high, right? We didn't break this high. We pushed up. We formed excuse me, a bullish engulfing, and price rejected at this level here. Simple trade. This trade was taken, guys, based off risk reward. All right, not only just price action, but risk reward, because if you look here, if we took an entry at where price last rejected from, our stop loss would have been right above the most recent high, right above that high. Okay, so our stop loss, 20 pips, 15 pips at that take profit was like, I don't even know how many pips take profit was, whatever I got out of the trade. All right, so if we look here at that trade position, 63334 all the way to 62926, right around the 629 price area is where we took profit, which is right around 62. Let's mark it off here. So take profit level was at, what was the biggest one? It was 62344. So we'll go here and we'll look at profit level 62344. Yeah, right there. So take profit was right around down that area here. So I held this move for a long time. Okay. So if we go ahead and play here, held, held. If I don't want to go to the 4 hour because I don't want this to get thrown to the side of a bar replay. But I held this move, guys. Held this move for as long as I could. And then when was the next day? The next day that we took, oh no, I did it. I didn't open up any more positions. I think I held these 2 positions or these 3 positions, and then I added 2 more when price came back up. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Price came back up because we see we took sell positions here, and when price pulled back, yeah, on the retest, when price pulled back again and started pushing down, I entered more positions for the continuation of this move down to here. So that was that monster trade. Yeah, I don't even know how many hours I held that trade for. That wasn't a scalp, guys. That was, I would call it a swing, but intraday swing kind of, it's kind of gray area between those two, right? But I held that trade for a while. Okay, guys. So that was that trade. Huge trade. Shit, how much did I make on that? That was crazy profit. So 10, 20. Yeah, guys. I mean, almost 100K day, I would say. If that, I mean, 100K day, 100K week, something like that, right? Massive trade, guys. Massive trade. And then I did a withdrawal, but I think I did the withdrawal the day I hit this trade here. I think it didn't process until after that, but then I had the sell position open on this last trade on AU, where I think I opened the last position on, what day was that? The next day, which was the 19th. I think that was on another pullback that I opened up that trade, and price continued pushing down. I'm not gonna dissect this whole thing because that's gonna take too long. But the point is, guys, this was the setup trade in here, right? We caught the buys in here. Once price retested these highs, jumped back in for the sell and held the sells all the way down till we hit TP to the downside here. I think I was trailing my stops at that time because obviously didn't want to give back too much profit, but at the same time, I was willing to hold because I wanted to maximize. I wanted to maximize this entire range. And not only that, guys, I have seen this setup so many times on AU, it's not even funny. AU gives these setups all the time. So these are like textbook setups for you to catch all the time. Whenever you see price forming a certain level of resistance on the high time frames, and you see price testing that resistance, like for instance, price broke below here, tested it, left a wick rejection, and then shot down. Look at these candles right here. Clean move to the downside, right? Played around a little bit, shot down again, found support, pushed back up, and tested that level again. If you see that price is struggling to break a high time frame resistance or support, take that trade, guys. Take it. You know why? The risk reward is there. The risk reward is there. Look how much you're risking and look how much the reward is. You have a gigantic range to play with, right? As long as you wait for your entry signal, you're going to be in for the trade and you're going to be in profit right away because price doesn't want to come back up. As soon as price broke below here and it tested this area twice, when it came back up here, it wasn't ready to push. As you can see, price pushed down and it wasn't ready to come back up yet. So that was a textbook setup, guys. If price ain't going one way, it's going to go the other if it's not consolidating. And usually when price consolidates, it still continues in the same direction it was originally going in the first place. So it's a matter of patience and you waiting on your entry signals for you to get in and have confidence in the move to hold it for it to go where you want it to go. Okay, that's simple, guys. All right, so those were the AU trades, textbook setups. I'm not gonna really beat a dead horse with that. But really quickly, let's go over the losses. Let's go over the losses that I caught on gold and why I took those losses. Now, this was a dumb loss. I ain't gonna lie. This was a dumb loss because price was approaching a daily level of support. We were creating lower lows and lower highs here. I think I was looking for the sell positions because usually with gold, you always want to go with what the high time frame tells you, right? That's pretty much textbook for any pair. But at the same time, those reversals can really kick your butt, right? If you don't enter in the trend at the right time, You could be entering when the market is done with that and is ready to retrace or completely change direction completely. And I think I just got caught in that retracement, not understanding that we were approaching a daily and a weekly level of support. Price, I wanted price to come down and test that level. That's why I was trying to catch those sells, but it didn't do that. It reversed on me and I got in off of retest or off an anticipated retest, and price did it retest the way I wanted it to. I didn't wait for enough confirmations and I ended up taking an L. All right, so basically, guys, what I was doing was I saw price making lower lows and lower highs. I saw that we had a high that was formed right around this area here. I wanted price to kind of come up to around this area. Let's say if I use my fib level from here to here, I wanted price to come around this area here, retrace, and then continue back down to test that support. That's what I was looking for price to do, but it did not do that, and I ended up taking a nasty loss here. If you look here, you'll see that price pushed up. I think when I saw this candle rejecting, I went in for the sell positions, and price just continued pushing on me, ended up taking that stupid loss. So that's basically what that was. I lost quite a bit of the profit that I had built up off these trades here, which this one pretty much negates one of these here, but that's okay. I was playing with house money. It didn't matter to me at that time, so it is what it is. All right, guys, but that's pretty much what happened with these trades. This loss that I took, guys, the only thing I did wrong was I didn't wait on enough confirmation, and I didn't take into account that price was approaching a daily support level and a weekly support. I just anticipated that the sell continuations were going to continue after the retracement, but that didn't happen, and sometimes gold just takes off without you, and you got to just take the L. And not only that, I was not looking for buys. The market was selling. I did wait on the pullback, but it wasn't a pullback. It was a complete trend reversal, because as you can see, the market literally took off from there, found a new level of support, and then eventually took off. So that's that with gold. Okay, so that was that loss. Those were the wins with AU. AU just formed like a basic channel over here. I caught the move inside the channel, and that was that. And not only that, guys, but this week, which I'm going to drop in a different video, where I'm at like a 40K week this week, same setups. That big week I had a back-to-back big week, because AU formed the exact same channel and I was able to catch that move. So make sure you watch the next 40K week video that I'm going to drop today, so you guys can see how I caught the exact same move on AU and how you can catch the same moves also. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. I don't want to make it too much longer. Join my signal group below, join my SFX course below, leave comments, questions, anything in the description box. I'm always here for you guys to answer anything you might want to know. The Dubai vlog will be dropping in the next couple of days here. Once I'm done with the editing, I'll be putting that out for you guys to see. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's it for this video. I really hope you guys learned a lot from my trading. There's not too much else I can really go over. What I can tell you is to be content with your wins, to not let losses affect your psychology. Be okay with losses, but understand that you're still a good trader. You're still learning. You still have a ways to go. We're all always going to be students of the game. You just got to roll with the punches and not let the losses get to you, because I certainly don't. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the likes, all the subscriptions, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.